anyway, in one place or the other. But, you know, that's just stuff. What is the sunnah is not how you look. What is the sunnah is how you treat other human beings. And that's why Allah, if you really want to know, you think many of you come from other countries, you think you came here for a job, you think you came here to work in a store. You didn't come for that. Allah chose all of you people. Sisters, Allah chose you all to come to North America, to bring Islam to the people by being merciful to everybody you meet, being merciful to your neighbor, being merciful to the people if you work in a bank and somebody comes up to you, you're a teller, how you treat that person. If you're a parking lot attendant, if you're the president of the company, if you're the account executive, if you're a doctor, if you're a nurse, if whatever you are. Why? What is your job? Your job is to be merciful. That's your job. That's why you were brought here. You think you came here for economic reasons, political reasons, blah, blah, blah. Everybody came here with 2 bags except the poor African American people who were brought here against their will. Everybody came here with 2 bags, no matter who they are. Right? They think they came here for all different kinds of reasons, but they came here, especially Muslim people, to spread Islam by mercy. One of the great spreaders of Islam, Nooruddeen had a flag, and on that flag was written, "With love for all and malice towards none." That's what you people, do you think, you so many people I see, subcontinental people, how did you become Muslim? Your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, were you Arabs? You don't look like it. You were people who lived in the subcontinent, and you were changed, and you were brought into Islam. I'm somebody who lived in America, and I was changed by this. I wasn't changed by a sword. I wasn't changed by a machine gun. I was not changed by people quoting me, telling me, do this, do that, and do the other. I was changed by the love of the Muslim people, by the care of the Muslim people, by the politeness of the Muslim people. This is what it is, and this is when they act in accord with what Allah says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. So if you want to follow the Sunnah, never mind your beard, look to your hearts. Look to your hearts. Look what's in your hearts. Look at how you act towards a fellow. Look at how you act towards your children. Look at how you act towards your husband. Look at how you act towards your wives. This is the secret, the real deal, as they say. And لا تكونوا لما يقتلون في سبيل الله أموات بل أحياء ولكن لا تشعرون. Allah said, don't say those who died in the way of Allah are dead. They're living, but you do not know how. And I'll get into that. Now, during the mawalids of the last few years, we have spoken at length on the historical reality of the Prophet ﷺ and the events that led from Mecca to Medina from the 13 years. You know, he spent 13 years in Mecca. How many people do you think he got in 13 years? Anyone take a guess? 6? I hear 6. I hear 7? He got 170 people in 13 years. And before that, he spent 40 years establishing in the minds and hearts of people that he was Ameen. Right? So 53 years, he came up with 170 people. Then he went to Medina, and something happened. Something big happened. Okay? And we've spoken about what that happened. Now, when those people accepted Islam, and how they accepted Islam, it finally spread to now there's 1.6 billion people in the world who are sharing this. It's what one brother calls the empire of consciousness. We don't have an empire of nations. We don't. We're disparate in each other. We have an empire of consciousness. You go to Indonesia and you sit with the people, or you go to Morocco and you sit with the people. It's the same thing. They're different. They look different. Some eyes it goes like this. Some skins are dark. Some skins are light. Some people speak Urdu. Some people speak Malay. Some people speak Persian. Some people speak Arabic. Some people speak Swahili. Some people speak Wolof. They all speak all different kinds of language. But you notice that there's certain things about it that's common. And the depth of that common thing is that mercy. That's what you feel. That's what you get, is that mercy. That's what I'm trying to say. This is the depth of the Sunnah. This is where the Sunnah actually is. As-salamu alaykum, be careful, son. There you go. Okay, now, in this context, I want to address certain vital differences between official Islam, which hardly ever speaks about this particular aspect of things, and that of the Sufis. Yes, you've heard that word. I'm using that word. Everybody, Sufi. Sufi. In some places that means dog. In some places it means rafida. It's a very bad thing, you know. These people who sit in the corner and they, you know, they do something, they mumble and they jumble and they, you know, whatever it is that they do. Bad people, Sufi people. So I'm going to talk about official Islam and the Sufi people. Okay. Now, I want you to understand this. I'm quoting now. It is believed, I don't know if it's true, but it's believed that 80% of the masajid in America, and you know in this town, you know the attitudes towards Sufis, don't you? You've heard about, what do they think about you holding Mawlid here? What do you think? What do they think about it? Huh? They love it? No. So that's what I'm talking about. 80% of the masajid in America are controlled by those people, roughly. We can call them Wahhabis, we can call them Deobandis, we can call them Neo-Karajites, we can call them, what's that word we like to say? What? Archaic revivalists. We have many names for them. Now, this school had thought, this government of Saudi Arabia has spent in the United States $87 billion, get the number now, $87 billion to promote this way of thinking. Through books, through imams, they come here and they say, oh, look at this, what a mess up here. Wouldn't you like a nice ceiling? Would you like a nice ceiling? Where's Shakir? Shakir, you like a nice ceiling up? Or Shakir, you like a nice ceiling up here? Yeah, I can give you a nice, I mean, I got my checkbook here, I can, you know, like that. And let's take this guy, you know, your imam, we're going to give him a free trip for Hajj, and then we're going to keep him for 6 weeks for indoctrination. In Delhi, at the time of Mawlid, the city used to be alive with light. There used to be fireworks everywhere. Increasingly it's dark. Why? They went there and they said, no, bidah, haram. What? This, how? Look, not good for you. This love of the Rasul is not, because these people, they don't love him. They may respect him, but they don't love him. So $87 billion. And it is believed that most of the new converts to Islam here follow this way of thing. To the point where 300,000 Muslim children are now attending school in schools that are financed by them. And what the Jesuits, which are a Christian organization, say, give me the child, I'll give you the man. Follow me? Give me the child, I'll give you the man. Give me your kids, like you give me your kids sent in public school, I'll give you an American, right? That's what pops out the other end. 12 years later, you got an American. Never mind that the family came from here or there, you got an American at the end of it. You send them to that school, and what pops out at the end? A genuine Wahhabi. And they have spent the most of this in the Afro-American community, to the point where King Fahd pledged $8 million for a lavish, I mean, I'm talking about lavish masjid in South Central Los Angeles, which is a slum, a big slum. And another $295,000 for the school that's attached to it. That's their thing. How much is going into this? How much is going into this? How much you got in this? Huh? Roughly. Yeah.
Renting.
Huh?
Renting.
That's the best. No riba. That's the absolute best. And you're not taking money from other people, right? You guys are funding it yourself. You sisters are helping to fund this masjid. This is your masjid, isn't it? It doesn't belong to anybody else. I can say, Sufi. And I'm not going to be hustled off the stage. You're going to allow me to say it. You may not agree with me, but you'll let me say it, won't you? Will you? Yes, thank you. Okay. So, this is the situation that we're faced with, right? So, this other message is like a parallel religion that exists alongside of this religion of mercy and peace. Because I was trying to tell, how did I become a Muslim? I became a Muslim in Palestine. I went to Palestine as to do some work on a coffee table book because I'm a writer on the old city of Jerusalem right after the war in which the Jews took Jerusalem. And the only place I could find to live was a Palestinian house. And I moved into the house with the people who were working with me. And, you know, Palestinians, what a terrorist, you know, really scary, you know, all like that. And it comes at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night, and he goes, Allahu Akbar. What's that? Oh my goodness, what's that? You know, everybody, what's that? And then after a while, you know, because at the gate, they have an iron gate, bang, bang, bang. So he's banging at the gates. So I go, okay. I said, get the two biggest guys who are working with me. Let's go and see what's going on. They come to shoot us. What's going on? And what was it? It was our neighbors with plates of food. They were bringing us plates of food because they said, we saw you came and you have no refrigerator and you have no stove, and we want to make sure you have something to eat tonight. This is Rahmatan lil Alameen. This is this model, where is it? This model that the Rasul, the Uswatun Hasanah, this is the thing. This is not official Islam. This is the Islam of the love of the hearts of Muslim people all over the world that they display over and over again, which convince people about the truth of this religion. This love, this mercy, this caring, this kindness. This is what convinces the people. Everybody wants love. Everybody's dying to be loved. Everybody wants peace. Everybody wants mercy. Everybody wants justice. That's what people are seeking by all means. So if you want to fulfill it, that's how you fulfill it. That's how you spread it, by that. And these people will tell you, I quote, to conclude, I'm not going to conclude, I have a little while left. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sweat, they put sweat. I don't know what sweat means. They call him Allah sweat. I guess it means something, sweat. Allah sweat is a reality that cannot be described. Okay, we're with them on that. And we should refrain from attributing any connection between him, they've already called him a him, so there's something going on there, and that which he has created. Muhammad Pubu, you know who Pubu? You say Pubu? Muhammad Pubu. I didn't know what Pubu means. You know, that must mean something because they see it all these books. Pubu, sweat and Pubu. Okay, so Muhammad Pubu was a man who was special only because he was chosen by Allah to communicate the message of Islam. Muhammad Pubu was a bashar who suffered pain, experienced joy, lived a remarkable life, and after completing his mission, died a natural death, and his soul is now in the Jannah, in the place closest to Allah, Swit. Now you can go to Google and you can find 1,000 versions of this thing, all with the Pubus and the Swits too. But basically what they're saying is, he was just a bashar. He was just, you know, he was an illiterate Arab orphan messenger boy. You know, who we respect, but that's what he was. When you get down, when you cut to the chase, that's what he was. We say, yes, a rock is a diamond is a rock, right? A ruby is a rock, right? An emerald is a rock, right? Yeah, they're rocks, but there's a difference. You know, you go down the jewelry store, and you got out there in the street, and there's all these rocks, and you don't see women walking around. How would you like a rock ring, women? I'll get you a beautiful rock ring that you can wear. No, they want that. Hello? Somebody's car. It's going to be difficult. Should we check it out? Or are they calling for somebody? I don't know. Anyway.
That's the alarm.
Alarm. Shoot it. Put it out of its misery. Anyway.